You can probably see the live reaction up there. Jose Mourinho, Jose Mourinho, and we will go live for you now. It is official. I know there's a dislike. There's a dislike on the video already. The Louis van Gaal in crowd just can't help themselves. But Jose Mourinho is 100%, no word of a lie, official Manchester United manager. Back of the net. Come on, I don't care if you hate him or not. I want him. I'm sure Alex wants him. The majority of you want him. And although it's a bit like Christmas when you think you're going to get something nice, and there's the reality. And I am just so full of enthusiasm and excitement about this happening. And I'm not milking it. I'm not pretending. I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. I was talking to somebody at work today. I can't wait for his first press conference, Alex, because he can't help himself. He'll come out with something. Brilliant. Get in there, Mark. Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited. Sometimes you've got a bit of trepidation inside you. You're a bit nervous, but let's whack the seatbelts on because we're in for a hell of a ride, and I can't wait for the journey to start. Over to you, Alex.
Yeah, it should be hopefully. Let's hope it's a really successful appointment. In terms of the press conference, I saw Sky Sports leaked out yesterday that Manchester United don't actually plan a press conference, but Jose can have one if he wants to. So let's fingers crossed hope he actually does want one, because otherwise it would just be the standard MUTV interview, whereas they're not really going to ask him the hard-hitting questions. Whereas I would like to hope that if we have a normal press conference where you have the likes of Sky Sports, BBC, etc., they will ask stuff that you'll be able to get signed out of, even if he won't let on to targets such as, I'm guessing the main talking point will be Zlatan, and I'm sure we'll touch on the Zlatan bit interview today in a bit, but just like that, and just like all the controversy and everything, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm over the moon.
Yeah, I really am. I don't think you can over-egg the pudding at all. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I told you, you're only going to get positivity from the United stand, certainly from me, and I think Alex, and we have been quite negative, but this is what we wanted. This is what a lot of you wanted as well. A lot of you talking about Zlatan as well. Let's just... You know what? This is the second goal, and it's right in the top corner. Van Gaal, easy finish on Monday, sacked. Mourinho, straight today in the top corner. And I'm telling you, Zlatan's the hat-trick. I said it last Sunday. We're going to have a hat-trick by the end of this week. A lot of you didn't believe it. It's going to happen. I'm totally convinced. But we'll talk about Zlatan in a minute. Mourinho is the Manchester United manager. And just saying those words make me so, so happy. What will he bring? He was the special one when he first went to Chelsea. I think he was the happy one the second time. I think this time he's the real one. He's going to be the real one because this is the real deal. He's the best manager in world football. He's definitely the best manager in the Premier League available to Manchester United. And there are no guarantees. I'm not going to say we're going to win this, that and the other, but it starts here. I mean, Pep Guardiola, his arse is going to be going like that. Same for Klopp. Wenger's finished. Wenger may as well just go to the retirement home now because Mourinho's absolutely going to kill the old man. He's done it all his career. I don't think Pep is in a very dangerous, or Pepsi as I call him, is in a very, very dangerous situation now because Mourinho knows the Premier League. He's got all the banter. He knows the press. Pep's going to have a nervous breakdown. It's a good job he's got a skinhead because his hair would be falling out. Klopp, forget him. He's made a big mistake going to the Scousers anyway. And Conte doesn't even start till the middle of June. So as N. Krishna says, buzzing. Tyler, it's a special occasion, fellas. Come on, Mark and Alex, give us a song. I don't sink. The Chosen One, Big T. That's the one I was thinking about. Spot on, The Chosen One. But I tweeted this out off my own account the other day, Alex. It's ridiculous. If somebody said to us last August, you're going to enjoy next summer way more than you're going to actually enjoy the playing season, you would never have believed it. But already in this short, we're only at Thursday, this has been the best week in the last year. And there's no football to look forward to. It's been absolute excitement. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I don't want to talk about Van Gaal. Suffice to say this, why people felt sorry for the clown. He was an absolute joke and he's gone. Thank you, rest in peace. But long live the King Mourinho. I just can't wait for it to start. He just brings absolutely everything. The players. He did a video. There's a video that went up about half an hour ago about Morata. He said to the Guardian, "I'm more interested in Manchester United because of Mourinho." You get all of that. You get the passion. You get the siege mentality. I just can't wait.
That's the thing. I'm just so looking forward to it as well. It's just, especially if the likes of Zlatan and stuff come in. I've said all along on the show before that if we don't get Champions League, that with Van Gaal with Champions League will not be able to attract the players that Mourinho without Champions League is. Like you said, he's the best manager in the world. Pep, I'm really looking forward to Pep this season because everyone always lauds him for some reasons, the best manager ever, was the best manager of all time and all this. And Pep, for the first time, is not going into a non-competitive league. He's actually going into a competitive league. So if he comes, I know it's not really that great because City are going to spend probably just as much as we will. So he has got an advantage over the likes of Klopp, Wenger, etc. But I think Mourinho, with his Premier League experience, he's the one to take us to the top, and he's going to have more control than he did have. Because, like, in his last season at Chelsea, they didn't back him. If you look at the sort of transfers they brought in, if you think Mourinho really wanted to bring in the likes of, like, Cuadrado and all the trash they brought in, like, with Falcao, I know I'm obviously a huge Falcao fan, but I think that was also because of their links between Mendes and Mourinho, maybe. He said, I can get him on the backtrack, but he didn't really give Falcao a chance. But I think Falcao, because of his injuries, isn't going to come back. But Mourinho, I read a newspaper article that one of the key things about him joining United was that he said that I have to have complete control over transfers, which he's apparently never fully had control because, with Real Madrid, that Perez controls them all and everything. And with Inter, he obviously doesn't have the budget of Manchester United. So I really think he can bring us back to the top. But just to throw a question to you, because someone asked it to me earlier, do you think if we don't win the league next season, it's considered a failure because Jose always has this short-term success thing, or where are you expecting us to finish next season?
Well, no, I mean, somebody's calling us hypocrites and cringe for some reason. There's always a negative twat, isn't there, who comes on. Do one, you probably support Liverpool. We've got Mourinho. Let the haters hate. I think that's the best thing about it. I want everybody to hate United because that's what we're all about. Don't need your bloody your love or anything like that, or your respect. Go and shove it up your backside where the sun don't shine. But I said this about Mourinho the other day. I think it's too. I think there's a myth about Van Gaal that he did a clear out last year. He got rid of Johnny Evans and a load of players he shouldn't have got rid of. I think we need a massive clear out this summer, and I think there's a few players within United that it was leaked last week who feel the same as well. And also, I think it's a massive thing to come back from. We were so far off fourth place, although City nearly handed it on a plate. I think to go from that to the title is a massive jump. Mourinho definitely can do it. He knows how to do it. He knows how to get the points to do it. But I don't think we should be favourites. Personally, I think second or third next year would be a massive, massive improvement. And I think you're right, though. Everywhere he goes, he wins the title in the first 2 years. And to be honest, how far we've fallen after Sir Alex Ferguson, I think we will win the title in the next 2 years, and I think that is more than sufficient. I think that's why this appointment is 100% right. I'm convinced that Sir Bobby Charlton probably didn't want it. He said it wasn't this Christmas. I think it was the Christmas before, where he was asked about Sir Alex Ferguson liking Mourinho, and he said, he doesn't like him that much. That's officially out there, that quote. You can go and research it if you want. I'm not sure Sir Alex Ferguson wanted him, but the reality is, for all the bad things Woodward's done, and he has made massive mistakes, and I don't think he's out of jail yet, this is the right decision. I don't think any Manchester United fan, whether they want Mourinho or not, you can't argue that this is the right decision. You might have wanted Giggs, you might have wanted somebody else, but that's a risk. Mourinho is the right decision because he's Premier League proven, he wins a title in his first 2 years, and he is the best manager in world football. That's the thing I would say, Alex, is I don't think there can be any argument about it. We really want him. I've covered the fact that at Christmas, when there was Carlo Ancelotti, Pep and Mourinho, and he'd only just been sacked by Chelsea, he wasn't my first choice of the three. But when we hit January and Ancelotti and Pep had gone, that is when it was like, we are in a mess under Van Gaal, the football's rubbish, we're boring, we're going nowhere. We've got to bring in a manager to get us back on top. And that was when the Mourinho thing started for me, and I've never wavered. And I think I'm just so happy about it.
Yeah, I've never wavered in my hatred of Pep as well. So in terms of the three of them, the only one I would have been debatable with would be Ancelotti. But Ancelotti, I think, needs a better team than to thrive, because he obviously is really attacking and everything. Whereas Mourinho has won the Champions League with the likes of Porto and Inter, and he can actually do well out of a not so great squad. Whereas the other two, especially Pep, can't do that, or haven't been shown to be able to do that. Yeah, he's I just think it's going to be brilliant for the Premier League to have so much competition, and I would always back Mourinho, and like I said, the only one I know that I'll probably get flack for this, but I'm just going to stay consistent with what I said in the past. With what I said is that I wanted Klopp originally, but this is like years ago. That Klopp obviously isn't going to happen now with Liverpool. But
now you're not on the United channel, Alex.
I've always loved Jose Mourinho, and it's like people always get on their high horse about like, oh, the antics. We're a classy club. We're a classy club. First of all, Ferguson isn't renowned by rival fans as a classy person, number one. Number two, the same people that saying Mourinho isn't like classy enough for the club back Cantona, who kicked someone in the chest, and Keane, who all his antics. Which, don't get me wrong, I love them as well, but I love Mourinho as well, and I like the antics. I like all the confrontation and stuff, and I just think if it makes rivals hate us even more, then all the better.
Daniel just said who owns the United stand. You do. It's a fan channel. It's 100% independent, so that's the answer to that one. I'm looking at the comments there. Some people are saying make predictions. I'm not going to make predictions. I think idiots make predictions. Who knows what's going to happen? Some people are saying Mourinho is going to flop. You know what? I'm happy. I don't care. There's nothing you can do to me tonight, or I think any United fan, that's going to make us get bitter or anything like that. We are 100% happy that Van Gaal's gone. We are 100% happy that Mourinho is now our manager. And you just watch what's about to happen over the next few weeks in relation to transfers. Because whether you're Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, you can be linked with a player, but we've got the most attractive manager in world football. We are the biggest club in world football, and we are definitely back. And as Alex said, Champions League football doesn't matter, because without Champions League football and Mourinho in one hand, have it and Van Gaal in the other, you get no one coming there. Everyone's going to want to come there because this is a project. Manchester United are a huge club, and we're in a bad situation, but it's a project. It's like anything in life. Do you want to take on over something that's already at the top, the Pep way, and mess it up? Because that's what he did. He went to Bayern Munich and they were champions of Europe and champions of Germany, and all he did is retain an easy league title. He didn't win the Champions League. Or do you want to take a challenge on? Do you want to take something amazing that's fell on hard times and build it up again? And a lot of people wouldn't do it because they'd bottle it. Maybe Pep was looked at by United and he didn't fancy it because it was a hard challenge. Maybe Ancelotti felt the same. But Mourinho, he wants it because if he builds this up, and also let's not forget, he's got a massive thing to build up himself because Chelsea chewed him up and spat him out. I can't wait for it to happen. We know as Manchester United fans we are on our knees as a club. It's been mismanaged for 3 years and it's been bad. But this is a positive thing, and I just can't wait for it to get started. So I'm not making any predictions. I'm just excited about the future. And also, as a lot of you are saying there, we're going to touch on Zlatan now. The transfers that are going to happen, we're going to get linked to everybody, and not all of them will happen. But people are going to go out the door. People are going to come in the door. People out the door, Fellaini number one, hopefully. Mata, I think it's so obvious he's going to go. I actually think he'll stay until at least Christmas. Some people are talking about somebody from another channel who I'm sure he's pro Mourinho now because they've got money to make, but they were anti Mourinho. You're right, but by the by, I don't really care what anybody else has got to say. 5 o'clock, Mourinho stepped out in his suit. He's gone and signed the deal. We don't know whether there'll be a press conference. Alex said it before. We don't know whether there will be. I'm sure Mourinho will want one, and I crave one like everybody else out there. But the most important thing, he is the manager. When will Zlatan be announced? I suppose that's the next question for you, Alex. This is 100% official. People are saying, has it been confirmed? It is. He signed the deal. It's just we don't know whether there's going to be a press conference. And United have probably got to wait again for the New York Stock Exchange, so it might not happen until later tonight or in the morning. But he signed the deal. He signed the deal, and that's been linked by Craig Norwood, who's the photographer for Manchester United, who's always linking stuff out. He's officially at the club, and Sky have done it, and the BBC and everything like that. So it's 100% happened. You don't need to worry about that. Let's talk a bit about Zlatan. I think he will be signed by the weekend. Sweden are in the Euros. I think he'll want to get it cleared up before the Euros, although he does like the drama. I think it will happen. I think it will. I've said that's the hat trick, and I think it'll happen by Saturday, to be honest. So we'll be live again, I think. Alex, you're a bit sceptical because you want it to happen, but you're worried that it won't.
Yeah, that's right. It was the same with the Jose news. I kind of like just expect the worst, and then if the best happens, then you're really delighted about it. Like I saw Zlatan's like I was reading the comments originally, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But then I got to watch the video of his press conference when they were talking about it, and it does kind of seem like the way he was answering the questions, like, just seemed to hint so much towards him signing. But I still don't want to get excited about it. And like he was saying that they said, oh, for coming on to 35, can you still cut it in a competitive league? And he's saying, no, I'm just warming up. And he is just coming off the back, to be fair, of his best ever season. He's scoring, like, people can say poverty league and etc., which Martial came from that league as well, and he scored more in the Premier League. I know he's 1 year older, but still. But he's coming off 50 goals. If you're coming off 50 goals in all competitions, because he still was brilliant in the Champions League and everything, you're still going to be a prolific striker. And if the likes of Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy and Olivier Giroud are still being prolific in the Premier League, then I'm pretty sure one of the best strikers of the last 20 or so years is going to be, no matter what age, is going to still be damn good in it. But he said one thing that kind of concerned me is that he's like, oh, it doesn't matter if it's done after the Euros and stuff, which kind of, I don't know whether he's just like playing out to the cameras and that with that, but I think it will be done before the Euros, but I'm just saying that's what he said in the interview.
Yeah, somebody said it in there, they're right. Soccer Aid, 5th of June, I think it is. That will be first game for Mourinho at Old Trafford. I bet everyone will want a ticket now. Soccer Aid will be rubbing their hands together. Zlatan is coming. The comments he's made today about age just being a number, how he feels, how he could do well in the Premier League. He's either really, really flirting with it, how he talks to Mourinho every day on the phone, how he's missed him every day they are parted at Inter. He's either a real good blagger or he's building up towards it. And as somebody said in the comments there, I can't do it. I might try that Pardew thing. As someone said in the comments there, wouldn't surprise me if Mourinho does a press conference and announces Zlatan. It's going to happen. I'm 100% sure it's going to happen. It's part of my hat trick that I said would happen this week. And the big positive about Zlatan for me is that Rooney won't be the kingpin anymore. I think that United. I think Rooney's got a future at United, but I think the big problem Rooney's had since Ronaldo left really is that he's been this kingpin and he's just not big enough. He's not good enough anymore to carry the club. Zlatan will become the figure point, or maybe he won't. Maybe we'll go bigger than Zlatan because we are going to sign other players. I think John Stones will happen. I know we're linked to the Manolas or whatever. I've got to have a little look at him. The Greek lad who plays for Roma. Zlatan will happen. We'll buy a midfielder. I mean, it's just going to be a fantastic summer. And do stick with United Stand. We're doing more shows now than we did when the season was on. But it's exciting. I love it. Absolutely ecstatic. Alex, Carrick fan's not the first person to say this, but you are banned from getting Zlatan on any shirt. You've messed up too many careers. And Mohamed, I was going to say this, and I've said it before. Zlatan is Cantona-esque for me, and that's what Mohamed's saying there. I definitely agree with that. But Mourinho is our manager, and if I knew how to do a little Pardew dance, I'd do it. I won't sing, but I will do it because I'm really excited by it. And I think we've had such a horrible season that let's enjoy it. Let's really do enjoy it. And if you're against Mourinho or not, I think you've got to back him. I mean, I was against Van Gaal from around the Arsenal game, October last year. That was enough for me. But he got a good year and a bit out of most fans, Van Gaal, and Mourinho deserves that. I can't understand why anybody is sceptical or against him now, just in the hope that it will go wrong and then they can go, look at my tweets, I was sceptical at the start, and that's just rubbish. But buy into it and get back it, because there's a few people out there who were sort of like, yeah, we're really pleased, but we're sceptical. Well, back the club. I've always backed the club. Van Gaal had to go, but he did get a year out of his. Anything else you want to add, Alex? Mourinho? Carrick fans doing a video on Mourinho tomorrow. You don't need to, mate. We'll just do a compilation. In fact, we'll show a bit of Carrick fan. We probably have got a Carrick fan reaction that I can show you. But anything you want to say, Alex?
No, just that I think obviously everyone's going to be excited and rival fans will be saying, oh, the short-term fix is going to leave the club in disarray, yada yada, which is they're just basing that off just one Chelsea season, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I know that he is quite confrontational and he fell out with the players, and that is why Chelsea became so shit. Nothing to do with tactics or him being past it, like a lot of rival fans want to try to claim. But even if he was past it or like mentally exhausted, he's had now, what is it, like half a year to get all his thoughts together. And I'm sure, like, under the radar, he's known he's been getting this job for quite a long time. So he'd been drawing up his plans and everything, transfer targets, the like. Because apparently a lot of newspaper sources have been saying that Man United and like Ed Woodward and Jorge Mendes have been in contact for a long time. So, and this has always been, it's well documented, this has always been his dream job. So I don't think he'll want to mess it up.
No, I think it's you know, it's the best possible news that we could hope for, and I'm just really happy about it. And I think the thing is that it's just going to get better and better and better. It's not going to get any, well, it couldn't get any worse, could it? But it is going to get better and better. I think the transfer stuff's going to be interesting. He'll revolutionise the squad. And as Mourinho said, I'll leave you with some quotes. Fear is not part of my football dictionary, and that is one thing that we have had on the pitch. We've had no leaders, and we've been bullied too much. And secondly, coaching is about getting things out of players that the players can't get out themselves, and that is exactly what Mourinho brings. He's a master coach. He can, and I think as well, I will say this as well. He's wanted this job for a long time. I think he wanted it 3 years ago. I think inside he'll be absolutely ecstatic that he has got this job, and I can't wait for it to start. I really cannot wait for it to start. I think where it's going to go, I don't know. I remember when he was at Chelsea. He's won 2 European Cups with 2 different sides. He wants to be the first manager to win it with 3. He's at Manchester United. This could, you know, and I also think he went to Chelsea wanting to stay there for about 10 years. And unfortunately, Chelsea are a club that spit you up and throw you away. Manchester United isn't. So, but whether he's here for 3 years or 10 years, he'll win us a title, and then we build from that. We are so far away from that at the moment, and this is a positive move. There is this, you know, Schweinsteiger coming out today as well, saying he's excited about it, wants to play for Mourinho. So, you know, even people like that. I think Schweinsteiger was wasted by Van Gaal. I think a lot of our attacking players have been wasted, and we will see. I'm not saying it's going to be fast-flowing, entertaining football every day, every game, because it won't be, because Mourinho isn't like that all the time, but it won't be boring like some people say. There's a fantastic article on our website by Paul about him basically disbanding the myth that he's not about youth. There's a lot of myths flying out there, but you know, I can only be honest, like I'm always am, and I think Alex is as well. I'm 100% happy with this. I'm positive, I'm excited, and I can't wait for the summer to keep on kicking on. And I think next we're going to be live about Zlatan. So for those of you people who've been joining us for the live Van Gaal thing and live tonight, we'll be live with the Zlatan announcement at the weekend. I'm convinced about it. I'm absolutely ecstatic about it. But I'll pass back to Alex just if he wants to finish, and then we'll get Carrick fans' thoughts.
Yeah, just thanks for having me on. And I know I've said this on previous shows, but in case people haven't heard it, about the Jose not promoting youth thing and everyone lauding Pep Guardiola. In his whole time at Bayern Munich, he didn't promote a single youth prospect, so that says it all. But of course, the press don't like report that, because he's not blockbuster news, just like Man City aren't blockbuster news, and Man United make headlines and Jose Mourinho make headlines.
Exactly. When you're number one, you're there to be hit at, and that's why every negative article will be about Mourinho, United, and as fans, we need to come together now. I mean, that's what it's all about. If you're new to the United Stand, drop us a like on the video. We'd appreciate that. Subscribe. We've got daily content at the moment. Sometimes a couple of things going up. There's a Morata video went out, Alvaro Morata, about half an hour ago. John Stones, loads of people, loads of things, loads of stuff going on. What will happen with Giggs next? Maybe we'll do a live reaction to that. Giggs is surely going to announce what he's going to do next. Carrick, Zlatan coming in. So much. And the interesting video, I think, is the Mendes and Mourinho one I did. I think that's an interesting one about all the players that we could be going for. But I'm talking too much. I'm ecstatic. I am off to have a beer. Really, really pleased. And we'll leave you with Carrick fan and a little dance. But the scenes, Tyler. And thank you very much to everybody for watching.
They say that I would make a mistake. Didn't they say you were gonna be trouble?
It wasn't brilliant.